Welcome in. Thank you for coming in on the live call. I'm really excited today. I spent so much time preparing for the call today because it's a lot of work. So today we're talking about your blueprint for holistic health abundance. This is massive because you want to make sure that you get all three pillars. I'm going to be talking about the pillars that you need to keep yourself focused and moving forward. And a lot of the things that I worked on was making sure that I gave you enough information to keep you in tune and focused on what this blueprint is. So by the time you leave here today, you are going to have this massive plan. It's going to build a great base for you so you can come back each Tuesday and you already have your blueprint and it'll layer on each week, build you stronger. The more that you spend time with a holistic health coach, the more you're going to get in tune with just who you are, in tune with what works for you. So welcome in today. I really appreciate you coming in, and we're going to have a fantastic day. Once the body ages abnormally fast, we may develop an urge to look for a remedy that promises quick relief. Seems reasonable. We're aging normally, and we're going to want to spend money at helping us look and feel beautiful. But I'm going to give you a blueprint plan so you can get your basic steps down. And then you can decide if you want to spend extra money on your beauty. But there's tons of money going out there every single week and year, and the number's high. So today, let's get your holistic plan so then your skin looks beautiful, your eyes are glowing. I even have a client when she starts eating really healthy that she can actually see even better than when she first started cleaning up her diet. So it is wonderful. What I want you to do is roll your shoulders back, get yourself focused. And I want a silence of just breathing, taking big inhales and exhales, really feel it through the spine so you can open up yourself and feel strong throughout your body. Keep breathing. All right, so let's get that energy rocking and get ourselves moving here because we have a lot to cover. So let's make sure we kind of clear our mind of where we're going. Oh, just get to know me a quick little bit here. Okay, so I'm a #1 best-selling author. I wrote a book, The Fit Solution. It's about spending time with me as a 6-month program that I do for coaching. And it has tons of templates to help you focus in. And I'm a blogger, so I focus in on the 3 pillars I'm going to be talking about today. Also, I am a professional speaker. I've been on media, and I center my focus as a food expert, and you'll see the thread of how I help clients and help you through weekly calls, connecting with the food. And I really work on answering the why. So as a food expert, what is a food expert? What does that mean? So I guide in the way that food is your medicine. Well, you hear that quite a bit. So this is going to get you a little bit closer, and by the time you're done with the call, you'll really feel what that means. But I have built throughout the years signature tools that I've used to really help my clients for transformations. And I'll talk to you about my personal transformation today because I want you to know that where I was and to where I am today. But I'm also going to share another beautiful story with one of my clients, and it's a great story, really connecting with this. So today I'm going to share with you the 10 sabotages and also my signature fit quiz. So what I want you to do is have a paper and pen so we can build this blueprint plan. I also hope that you download it as you opted in here to have your playbook here that's going to help you get into a mental good mindset. And we're going to talk about that at the end of this call. So I want you to stick with me here. We're only going to be together 60 minutes, but I promise you it's going to be action packed. So thanks for being here. So these are scent sabotages. Today, I'm going to share 3. It's a big screen, but not enough to really view everything. But I focused in on the 3 that I find that most people that I work with are dealing with, and I'll go in and help you connect emotionally with where you are right now. Then we're also going to talk about the Signature Fit quiz, and that's why you need a piece of paper and pen, is because this quiz is going to give you the specific area that you're energetically stuck. If you've done this quiz before, do it today, because our body is just an energetic system that gets stuck here and there. It's not always consistently the same area. And I'll explain more in depth why this is important. But bringing it together is going to be connected with the food. And that's where my food expertise comes from. But you're going to understand why you need to be doing this stuff. And you will have your personal plan right there for you. So as an expert, I focus in on the organs. I spent so many hours studying under my mentors, and then I'm reading consistently. But my main focus that I see that we really need to, that we can connect with quickly, is where we're stuck in the liver, if we're stuck in the kidneys. And in those areas, you're going to have connection with emotionally when your sugar levels are not balanced, when your liver is not working well. So the blood that's flowing through your system is toxic, and sometimes it affects your emotional state. Kidneys, you're also going to have stuff where you feel less weepy. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. My dog. I usually take her out. Okay, so hold on for just a second. I'll do a quick little move here. All right, sweetheart. Oh my gosh, I guess this is what happens when you see me weekly. Everything isn't perfect. Okay, so we're going to learn how to stop the emotional blockage. We're going to learn how to declog the body energetically. And we're going to use workouts to quickly lose weight. Why this all works is because there's a reason why we don't have the energy we want. There's a reason why we feel like emotionally we're just stuck. If we're weepy, if we get mad easily, you know what the connection is? Not just how you're emotionally thinking, which we're going to talk about today, but it's also connected with how your insides are flowing. You know, there's certain things that really come connected together. So this is your renewed holistic health opportunity by building this blueprint. I definitely want you to be open to this new mind shift because it is different. Well, most people pass it up. I don't think that you're here to really pass it up, but when you look at your friends and maybe some people that you know just in acquaintances, you know that not everybody is connected holistically. So I'm going to give you firm reasons why you need to make this shift. And I'm going to give you a really good plan that you're going to see that you have to do this workout now, that you have to eat this certain food, and it's going to be connected with your discoveries today, and I'll layer it out for you in your blueprint. The real question is, which I already know the answer, will you make this change? Where do we start? Well, I want you to know yourself and what is keeping you up at night regarding your health. What makes you feel like you're searching for some help? Is there something that you just get stressed about? Could it be just a sabotage that you're hearing consistently that you know is not true? Is it something that you feel like just mentally you're struggling with something? So what keeps you up at night? What is the biggest struggle that you deal with on your day-to-day life? Energy, not knowing what food to eat, feeling stressed about life and your body's not keeping up with it? What would you do to get results and have a breakthrough to energetically open up your body? Let's hold it right here for a moment. what would you do? So what we're doing is we're building this pressure of that we want to make some changes. And so I want you to stick with me right here. I want you to know that I got you today. Energetically, you're going to learn how to explode and open this up. I want to make sure that you leave with a smile on your face, that you have the full support that you can get from me. So we have a lot to cover. Today, of course, we're always talking about the 3 tips to looking great and feeling amazing. Today, we're talking about the 3 pillars. So we're specifically building a blueprint for holistic health abundance. And this is true. Mental, food, physical, these 3 come together. Once they're all 3 in alignment, nothing's going to stop you. So today, we're building the base. I'm not expecting you to bring everything together today. The information, though, is helping you answer the why. Why you want to focus on mental. Why you want to focus on your food. Why you need the physical part of your world of yoga, movement, and what specific workout you need to do so that you stop bloating, so that you feel good, so that you keep the circulation going in your body and the energy. I want to talk about, I usually do focus on other clients. Today, I really wanted to talk about my struggles, just so you get to know me more. So hang in there. But I bet a lot of the stuff that I'm going to say, you've known somebody in this situation, or it's you and you really relate with this. So when I was in the accounting world, my background as a CPA, I finished college. I felt like I was not good enough. It didn't matter if I finished college or not. My issue was that no matter what happened to me, nothing was good. I did not feel good about myself. There was nothing good about myself. And the other day I was talking to a client and we were discussing this. And I even said, when good things happened for me, there was a pain in my gut and in my chest, and I felt terrible. And there was something about like this stuff doesn't happen to me. Good stuff doesn't happen to me. Why is this happening to me? And I always struggled with that until I worked with these 3 pillars. I felt I was dumb. So I'm sorry for using this word because this is kind of an abrupt word, but think about it. You know, when we carry some stuff from when we were younger, sometimes it comes in real deep and slices you when it comes to making big changes in your life. And there were things that were stopping me. I was striving so hard for big things, but I'd always stop short, or it would take me a long time to get there because I didn't feel like I had the brains. I mean, getting through life is a struggle. Going through college is painful, and going and making any big goal. So if you're feeling any of this, I want you to know that I got you today, that we're going to clear this out. Also, I wasn't a good friend. Oh my gosh, I was a terrible friend. I wouldn't keep my friends for long. I was very jealous and feeling like anything good for them, it made me feel smaller. And so I had to learn to build my own character and what was going on for me. Also, I felt empty. So all 4 of these together, even though I became a CPA, I was a county manager, I still didn't understand holistically that there were some deep grooves in my character and that there was nothing wrong with me. But there was stuff I needed to discover for myself, and I had to open up. And I had to deal with that terrible empty pain that I had in my belly every time something good happened, because nothing good happened. But you know what? Great things happened once I started working with these 3 pillars. The 3 areas of your holistic blueprint: mental. Turn your shoulds into musts. And you have to know exactly where to go so that you get there. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly where to go so that you can get there. And notice what you believe. So I'm going to talk about 3 of the 10 sabotages and start listening, thinking about, what do you believe? Because it's not always true. Food is the other pillar. What is the food that you need to eat right now for results? We're going to discover that through our quick quiz that we're going to be doing. Make sure you have a piece of paper and pen. Also, we have our physical. So what workout do you need to do right now for results? And I'm going to explain that because it has to do with the kidneys or the liver and the results that you're looking for. So let's keep moving forward. So mentally, what is your mental blueprint? The question is a very broad one, but what do you feel listening to my story, listening to what you have to focus on today with these three pillars? What is your mental blueprint? What makes you feel like maybe you're above people, or you feel like maybe you're not good enough, or you're less than? Maybe you feel great. Maybe you have wonderful friends and you're just trying to get more alignment with inspiration. What is your mental blueprint? Roll your shoulders back, think about it, focus in on that. Where do you feel that you mentally fall short? So we all have this. Being more aware of it is something that gives you that seed in your brain that you can start working on something specific. You can start listening to yourself more. So where do you fall short? Everybody does. Everybody's consistently working on stuff. Some people do decide to ignore it because it's just easier, they think. So today we're going to step in, and even if we feel uncomfortable, we're going to think about it and move forward. Okay, so we're moving into the mental sabotages, and what is holding you back from letting you go and moving forward? Think about your past, where you are with your health. What has stopped you? I already asked you what your mental blueprint is. Let's connect that. Let's connect that to help you move forward. A mental quote, let's get ourselves focused here. Anyone who dreams of an uncommon life eventually discovers there is no choice but to seek an uncommon approach to living it. So what am I asking you today? To live uncommonly? Is that a word? Is that something that you feel maybe a little uncomfortable, or you're ready for it? Let's go for it. But this is something that a general population, I would say most of the people, since we have 66% of people that are dealing with fatigue, and it's been diagnosed, and so that's a percentage, but there's probably higher, that a lot of us haven't discovered that there is another way to live, that there's a way to live that's not a go, go, go. There's a way to live that once you start feeling sick or feeling uncomfortable, that you can switch that. It's listening. So the three sabotages, let's talk about the signature sabotage list. On the right, you're going to see the list, but it's going to be small to where you're not going to be able to fully see it, but I'm going to focus on the left side here. So where do you often use the phrase, I can't? Focus on the first sabotage. Where do you often use the phrase, I can't? As an example, I was telling myself I couldn't do stuff that the people around me, every time they did something wonderful, I could have praised and loved and shared in their opportunities. And instead, I chose to be in this phrase of, well, I can't do that. Well, they have, an easier life, so they can do that. They have more money, so they're just better, or pretentious. Where do you say I can't? I can't do because I don't have time. Maybe sometimes you add stuff, it gives you more energy and you exponentially move faster in your day. Where do you use the word I can't? Second, mental sabotage. Now we're building your blueprint here. So if you have your paper and pen, write down stuff. Stay centered on what I'm talking about. Keep yourself as pure and open authentically so that you can really listen to the questions. Do you find yourself justifying unhealthy behavior with excuses? Well, I don't have time for that, so I'm not going to do it. I don't have time for whatever it is. I'm going to eat this piece of cake just because I deserve it. That's a good one. And that's where I find most people will say something about somebody and then, make a reason why it's okay for you to say something bad about somebody. And why I'm bringing that up also, that mental sabotage, is because anytime you speak bad about somebody, it makes you feel even worse. So let's move forward. Do you insist that things cannot change? Well, I'm diabetic. I have high blood pressure. I'm aging quickly. I only make so much money. And that's just, it is what it is, just because it's my background. So tell me, do you insist that things cannot change? And today I want to open up the chat box because I'd love to hear anything that you have that you want to add to. So I have the chat box open. So please share if you want to. I know when we talk about health and stuff like this, it gets really uncomfortable. So I won't throw your name out there, but just open up. Let it be. The more you speak out, the louder and the more you're going to be able to make this change quicker. So, what is your mental sabotage? What were you able to connect with out of all those? What is making you to stop and hold yourself or bounce backwards because you haven't fully connected? Okay, so we're in the next section. So, we talked about the mental area. I'll talk a little bit more about mental stuff and how we sometimes swing emotionally based on our organs. But just for right now, the stuff that you had when you were younger and bringing that forward and looking at what you say to yourself before you even really think about it and you say things to yourself. I want you to catch on to that and start listening. So then you know the why, what's stopping you. All right. Let's get in the next pillar. Let's get into the food because food is fantastic and we struggle with it. But the more we work with this, the more it becomes interesting, the easier it is. Right now, it may seem complicated and hard, but I'll tell you, as a person that's been in the journey for quite a long time, you just start connecting with things different. Your taste buds start changing and your mentality towards food changes. When I go out to dinner, sometimes I'll have what I would call quote unquote junk food, just like what generally anybody would eat. That's fun. But most of the time, my taste buds, I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't have to prepare my food tonight. So I'm going to, do a big old salad, put the dressing on the side so I have control over that, and then just eat the fresh vegetables that are there and just enjoy it and not think anymore, not think anymore about it. So let's make food simple and easy today. Let's make your plan come and actualize. So you don't have to cook fancy or complicated masterpieces, just good food from fresh ingredients. Boy, Julia Child, she passed on, but what a great woman and inspiration. And so the other day I had a detox call because I have a group that's going through the detox. I just laid out all these vegetables and it's like, well, what do you do with that? So through the group, I give quite a few recipes. And with those recipes, it helps them so then they can kind of make a combination and get their eyes open to new foods that they've been eating. Because as soon as I tell somebody to eat well relative to how they're eating, usually they starve themselves because they're all confused. You're like, well, what does that mean? What does eating well mean? Like, what do I do? So it's great because you build this all out into all these big recipes, but truly just good food, bringing out the vegetables and chopping them up. So today I'm going to talk about what vegetables are good for you and what kind of food is good for you and what kind of food is not good for you. So my struggle with food, just a connection here with where I'm at. I'm building on cleaning my health because I have a lot of digestion stuff going on. I've had it through my life, didn't know it really. And so a lot of bloating, a lot of stuff I just didn't understand. It overworked my thyroid. So I was diagnosed with hypothyroid. And I noticed that I was having problems with gluten. And since I've noticed that, my whole world has changed. But let's take a step back. I used to eat a lot of sugar, and the reason that I did is because I felt tired all the time. I wanted sugar. I wanted a jump start. I wanted to feel good. I wanted that euphoria. And I always felt bad because I didn't understand my holistic blueprint. And I thought that, oh my gosh, you're just eating like crap. You're not taking care of yourself. And I realize now that there's always a rhyme or reason. So think about where you are with your food and connect that today you're going to understand what organs that you may be stuck in and that there's a connection of why you're doing what you're doing. It has a lot to do with body chemistry and your mental sabotages that just affect what your next step into your food. So with your piece of paper and pen, we're going to be using the Signature Fit quiz. You're going to give it to you in just a moment. So your food musts. You're going to lose energy if you're not eating the right food. It's going to overwork your hormones. Your hormones are going to be off balance. Your adrenaline is going to be going. Your cortisol is going to build your midsection. You're going to bloat. So your lost energy gets lost in the food you're eating. Your low immunity. Your immunity is about 80% around your digestion because that's where your nourishment comes from. So what you're eating, how you're thinking, all comes into what your body's going to absorb. Your food affects your immunity. Lost muscle tone. If you have loose muscles, We're going to talk about this in the physical aspect also when you're working out. But if you have loose skin and you're struggling with that, a lot of that has to do with the hormone adrenaline. If you're overworking yourself, overly stressed because you're not eating the right foods or you're not focused in on the body, your muscle tone is going to be affected. Your skin tone is going to be affected because your adrenaline is going to consistently go in because something is not working right. Your muscles and also your skin are going to be affected by that. So let's get to the fit quiz. It's all right here in front of you. The top half is focused on the kidneys. We're going to focus in that area first. Bottom half is liver. I'm going to keep the screen up so you can take a look, and I'm also going to give you your next steps, and your next steps are going to help you so you can implement. You're going to see this fit quiz again once we get into the workout area, so we can look at this again. You're already going to have your answers, but it'll help get your mindset so we can build your workout for you too. So are you ready? Kidneys. Dark purple or veins around the ankle. If you have this issue, put kidneys on your white paper and just do a 1 there. Pinky toe is pink or red, and that could be actually even on your toe, but it could be on your hand also. I had a client that had both. She went on vacation, ate a lot of sugar, and just ate a lot of, I don't know, because usually she eats healthy, but yeah, it was really bad. And we had to balance her kidneys. So this is a kidney thing because this is the flow of the meridian and the energy of your organs. Third one, getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I had a client, you're going to be learning more about her, but she was getting up 8 to 10 times a night. And I do have a video on my YouTube, her speaking of it because she was struggling, where now she sleeps throughout the night. That's a kidney thing. Swelling under the eyes. If you're swollen under the eyes, it's part of your meridian of your kidneys, and that flow needs to open up. So you can drink tons of water, and if you still have that swelling, there's other things going on. So it's not just about the water, because water is not going to heal your kidneys, but water needs to be drank. And sometimes that's the big issue why your kidneys are struggling. Losing hair in the front. So on the top part of your scalp, I have an issue with this off and on, and it has to do with if my thyroid is not in alignment and I haven't been living a lifestyle that I need to, I'll start losing hair in that area. And it builds and it fluctuates based on how I'm taking care of myself. So if you are dealing with this, hopefully you're seeing fluctuations in your hair so then you can help build and replace that hair that's been lost, because sometimes it's just lost and it is what it is. But this can help you so you stop losing your hair. So this is important. It's connected with your kidneys within that area. Let's go to the right side in your emotions. Kidneys. You live in fear and trepidation. You have loss of will. You cannot move beyond fears. Now, if you have any of that, I want you to we have 7 spots here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each one has 8. So count up how many you have of your kidney issues. If you have nothing, great, no big deal. Now, we're also not saying that you're ill. Just so you know, even though you have this stuff going on, you could probably go to the doctor if you have not been diagnosed with anything. And it could be that today we're working on your wellness plan. Or this may be in alignment with some medicine you're taking and your body's struggling because the medicine may be a little hard on your kidneys. So I'm going to help you how to help balance that in your body. Okay, so let's go in the liver. Now we have 5 areas here that we're going to talk about where you're going to physically be talking about your body. So you have problems with dry eyes. Your eyes are very connected with your liver. Also, if your eyes are not as white. As we age, sometimes our eyes start getting browner and browner, but it's not an aging thing. It is that your liver, as we go through our life, our body becomes more sensitive and things can happen with our eyes. But I want you to connect holistically. Dry eyes or the whites in your eyes are brown or like a yellowish. Let's look at the liver. Headaches on the side of your head. All through the outside of your body is your gallbladder and liver connection. So if you consistently have headaches on the side of your head, stay connected. This is your liver. 2 lines in between the eyes, 2 lines between the eyes. So physically. Sometimes we scrunch in between the eyes, but that's connected with intensity. That's a direct connection to your liver meridian. So you can be pinching your liver because that cycle of energy has been stopped in between the eyes and you're squeezing through in between the eyes because you're stressed. Big toe ache. On the inside of your body is your liver meridian that comes up. Your big toe. I know that I fight with ingrowing toenails, and I always was like, well, why am I having this ingrowing toenail problem? So since I've understood holistically that even though the toenail grows, it has to do with the pressure in the body and the inflammation. And as that happens, if you understand that you're having issues with your liver, you can adjust your foods and have less issues with having ingrowing toenails. It's happened for me, and it's happened for a couple clients too. So really understanding your feet. So connecting your feet, because that's where a lot of your nerve systems are. So it's good to know that. Also, if your hip or shoulder are hurting, that's a direct connection also with liver. On the emotional side, on the bottom right here, that you have a hard time starting the day because your liver enzymes have not opened up and helped you. So there's clogging going on in the body, and your mainly your blood, because your liver circulates the blood. Also, that you're easily angered, easily frustrated, and this is just because the flow of your blood is not moving through slowly. So it's hard to do stuff. Things seem more stressful. Count up what you have here. And I want you to see, are you stuck in your kidneys or liver? Now, we just built a base for your 3 pillars. We just built a base. So I want you to add that up, see what meridian point that you're clogged up in, and let's move on. We'll see this again if you haven't figured everything out yet. So your food plan for your kidneys is, if you're stuck in your kidneys, reduce overly salt food, avoid stimulants, avoid raw and cold food and drinks, incorporate bone stock. All right, let's take a step back. Usually as a health coach, I am working with people saying, you can have this, you can have this, you can have this. Today, give yourself at least a week off from this stuff. Now, this is really hard. So I'm going to later on talk about how you can step in deeper to help bring yourself off of foods like this. Reduce overly salty food. The salt is what you need to help keep the water in the cells. And as you're drinking your water, if you're still very, very thirsty and your water still feels off balance, you know that your salt system is off balance too, that iodine. So what you need to do is get wholesome salt. Make sure you have the full salt there, not the table salt. Have healthy, good salt. Making sure that you're connecting, that the more that you do. Okay, I did get something on the chat box. So I'm gonna bring some information forward here. Okay, so let me finish this right here. So you reduce overly salty food. So I want you to change the salt that you're eating. As you're eating your wholesome foods, I want you to take away that bad salt, the table salt. Avoid stimulants. This is hard because people drink coffee and soda and stuff like that. I know that I'll drink stuff to help get myself going when I am tired. So avoiding stimulants is hard. So let's just be aware today. Let each Tuesday help build you so that you're not freaking out and saying, I have to give up all this stuff. This is just your base. We're building it today. Avoid raw and cold foods. Why we're doing that is because your kidneys need warming, nourishing foods. And the cold food is going to already make that body work hard to digest it. And because raw foods are known for bringing up your metabolism, but how is your metabolism going to work if you are already sluggish and then you're adding this stuff in, the cold foods and the raw? Now, what I want to bring in is incorporating bone stock, because when you bring in the bone stock, within that, you're getting the livelihood of the bone. So we get a cow local here every year. So we have some good, fresh, healthy grass-fed beef. There's chicken stock out there. You can go to your local market and get some bone stock, but get that so it can nourish your joints and help you. And that's going to help build your hair. It's going to help build your plan. All right, so hold on there for a moment. Okay, so Let's see, in the chat box, up once or twice a night, good or bad. So up once or twice a night, you know what it means is I want you to see a difference in that. So when you start connecting with that your kidneys are struggling a bit, I'm thinking that when you took the quiz that you probably noticed that you're stuck more in the kidneys. And so you want to be aware that if you're going to the bathroom that many times, I want you to try and go less. And the reason why, how you're going to do that is to step deeper into eating the foods that you need to and reducing the foods that you should not be having. And so you should be able to go to the bathroom throughout the night. As we age, like I said, things get a little bit more sensitive. So if you're not fully on a good plan right now, you're going to notice that's going to happen as you start drinking your water, eating the whole foods, using the whole salt, avoiding stimulants. And if you drink coffee, maybe just do one in the morning and let it be. And start going in deeper at some point and figure out why you're doing that stimulant. Not just that you have to have it, because I know you feel that right now. Of course, that's why we do stimulants. But you might have some lulls in the day. Maybe that's the part where you feel like you need to get your oomph. So does that mean that your hormones are off, that your adrenaline and your cortisol maybe isn't releasing in the morning to give you that big kick up and go? The less you use stimulants, the more your body's going to bounce, but it takes a little bit to get that healthy transition happening. So I'd like to see you have to get up throughout the night and be able to sleep throughout the night. So let's heal the kidneys and get into that area of focusing in on how to make it bigger. Now, this plan goes way deeper than these 4 things that I'm sharing with you, but these are at face value. This is what you can do right now. Don't want to throw too much at you on your blueprint. Okay, so if you're stuck in the plan for your liver, what we're going to be doing right now, do you see there's more here? There's more here because the liver does so much. Your liver is the big brain of your body. So let's talk about it. Restrict fat and fast foods. Fast food doesn't have good fat. Restrict fats is actually just not that you're probably eating the bad fat. So I probably said this wrong. I want you to restrict fats, but I want you to restrict the stuff that's just processed. So get into your olive oil when you're putting dressings together. Cook with your avocado oil. Cook with your coconut oil, things like that. The good, healthy fats, but get away from the stuff that's just not good. Like canola oil is not as good for you. Okay, reduce meat and saturated fat. Well, your body may be constipated in the process of the meat and the saturated fat. Well, especially the meat is not going through your body quick enough, so it's sitting there and it's making your body toxic. Avoid sugars, soda, refined carbohydrates. Reduce alcohol. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Drink 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water. Now, what I've been noticing is most of my clients, I've been telling them to go to 8 glasses of 8 ounces of water. If you can get that in early during the day, when you first wake up, get a 10-ounce cup of water. Pour it in, find out what that is, what it looks like. Drink that down right away. Help the body finish its cleanse throughout the morning. And then, throughout the night, as it was cleansing, you wake up and you rinse and help the system with extra water. Then from there, you go in and you start with the other 9 of your 8 ounces. I say 8 glasses. If you're doing only 4, 8 ounces is great. But if you still feel like there's still an imbalance, then I want you to add it in and play with it, see what works for you. Okay, so we're on the 3rd pillar. So we're going in deep because we're building as we go along. And I'm hoping that you're seeing yourself in here because we only have 20 more minutes. So I want to keep this energy going. So now we're in the physical area. Let's go with the quote. A 1-hour workout is 4% of your day. No excuses. Of course, there's always excuses, but we're going back to the first pillar of the mental, that we don't have time for ourselves. Okay, working out's important. Working out, we're going to build here the pillar of what type of workout you should have. I'm going to specifically give you stretches that you can start first thing in the morning that will help you. And it's connected holistically with the meridian points for your liver or your kidneys. So get in and work out, whatever that is. And you don't have to do it every day. You can go for a walk. You can do a hard workout the next day. You can make sure that you're active. You can make sure you're doing at least 10,000 steps a day, and the list goes on. Okay, so the physical is a must because it regulates your energy. You're going to see the correlation here because all three pillars work together, because when you're talking about your food, talking about your mental state, your physical part is going to be connected. If you're missing one link out of that, then you're going to be not in a full realm of your blueprint. So today, I don't expect you to walk away and do everything. So let's keep building. Physical is a must for your immune function. As you build that circulation and you get that body moving, your immunity will become strong because it'll help do something with your blood. It'll help with the muscle tone, but it'll also help detox the system because you're pushing out stuff through your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system under your arms, by your neck, by your legs. I mean, there's all these lymphatic lymph nodes that you have in your system. And as you work out, you help excrete that system, wring it out. And if you're not really moving very much, the system that helps cleanse goes slow also. So you want to keep yourself moving in action. If you have lots of energy right now, this feels fine to you. I don't want to overwhelm you. If you're feeling tired today, it may feel overwhelming for thinking about a physical plan. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to come right back here to the fit quiz, but we're going to talk about some stretches that you're going to be able to do. I'm just coming through real quick here. So you see this? So if you're feeling exhausted, I'm going right back up. If you feel exhausted, just start out with these stretches before you go on to your other part of your plan. Okay, so back to the fit quiz. We want to look at what areas. So just reminding yourself, look at your piece of paper and pen, and let's get into the pillar of your physical workout. If you're stuck in your kidneys, I want you to get away from that fear, trepidation, feeling stressed, feeling anxious. And this is what's going to help. Yoga. Yoga is a workout that brings everything together. Sometimes we feel that our body is split left and right. We feel that our mind is, oh, should we be doing this or should we be doing that? So we feel split. We feel like our day is just not coming together right because we feel like if we do 100% here, then we're missing out on something else. Yoga brings the left and the right body together. Yoga brings the soul into a deep meditation. Meditation can be a myriad of things based on your approach and your background. But when you start bringing all that together, it's fantastic. And this is going to help you connect your mind and body together. It's going to bring your water system together because as you're holding a triangle pose, you're going to feel that you have to feel the stretch. So you're stretching yourself emotionally. But we're going to feel the strength and build. So that's why you want to bring that together to bring strength to your system. These are the stretches that you also want to do. So when you wake up in the morning, if you're clogged in this area, go for some stretching. This is your whole meridian system for your kidneys, from your heel all the way up to the back of the leg, lower back, all the way up to the back of your head. If you have headaches on the back of your head, this is connected with your kidneys. Reach for your toes. You can stand up and get out of bed, or you can do this in bed. A great way to start it. All right, you kidney people, hang in strong there. Let's go for the liver now. So if you are stuck in your liver, I want you to just blast it out. Get your cardiovascular workout, a minimum of 5 days, 30 to 40 minutes. Is that power walking? Is that kickboxing? Is that getting on your bike? Is that jogging? Now, most of my clients don't jog these days, and I fully connect with that because we don't have to jog. That's not what you have to do. You have to make sure that you get out there and you take care of yourself by getting your system going. So don't have to do cardiovascular crazy quick exercises. You just have to do what's going to work for you. Okay, so let me give you the stretches. Now, I hope this makes sense because we have so much in this. And guess what? When you come back next week, now at least you know where you sit and where you are with your plan. And next week, we're going to build upon this. So don't get overwhelmed. There's a lot of information, but this is your blueprint. This is your blueprint where you are right now. Okay, so I want you to notice that this girl is stretching, opening up her arms, rib cage lifting up to the sky. Now that whole outside is your gallbladder meridian. So this is going to declog your liver and gallbladder. Now I have quite a few clients that have their gallbladder gone. And when that's gone, it overworks your liver and your liver gets stressed even easier. Now, in this area we were talking about where you feel like mad easily, you don't feel like you have time for things, you're just angered. It's okay. Connect with that. You have to cleanse that blood system, cleanse what you need to do to get that liver working right. This is how you're going to declog it. Okay, so did you hear that, liver people and kidney people? We're going to separate. Now, if you were even on both, I want you to first focus in on the liver part. I gave you so much information that I want you to just take a step back and just think about where you are and your first steps. Don't think about you have to take care of all this right now. So I want you to meet Anna because Anna is a person that was stuck into her kidneys. There's kidney stones that run in her family. She had swollen legs and feet. She felt overly stressed. The loud noises freaked her out because she can't deal with much at this point when she first started working with me. So she shied away from groups. Her struggles were fighting that she knew internally she wasn't feeling good. And she thought, well, this is just who she was. Anxious, very sensitive, crying and weepy easily. She was struggling with kidney stones. Her family said, well, it just runs in the family. And that's what you were blessed with because you're part of the family. So she came in kind of with that mindset at first. And then she got up 8 times a night. So she was just hyperactive into her issues with kidneys. Again, this is her wellness plan. At this point, she didn't know anything about that there was any medical stuff. She doesn't have to take any medicine right now. So now we're connecting with her mental state. We're also connecting with the pillar of her food. And we also are connecting with her workout. So she started adding things. Her first month, she increased her water intake because her water was imbalanced, which is connected with kidneys. She increased her fiber. So she went into a detox that I have quarterly. She got into 30 to 40 grams of fiber and she got connected with this tasty, wholesome food. She jumped in right away because she felt the pain. She knew that was time for her to make changes, and she was just very happy to have the coaching. She worked out 3 times a week, and she did meditation. So she did yoga. She stepped into some yoga classes. And then her celebrations within 1 month, she started losing inches, which sometimes we don't always. So when you start understanding your organs, this is how you get your results. She was losing inches. She's always been bigger in her life. And she thought this is just the way she was going to be. Nope. Within a month, she was feeling good. She stopped getting up at night. Literally, no more getting up at night. Now, sometimes we'll even have kidney stones and not even know it because we don't have those pains. So if you're getting up in the middle of the night, maybe you have some small kidney stones. So sticking with your body, trying to keep it in alkaline, which is a new word I'm bringing up today. I didn't mean to bring it up, but when you are working within your organ system, knowing where you're stuck, that's where you're going to find how you can take care of the body better. And that means you're in alkaline. Acidic means that your body is toxic. Alkaline means that your body's humming and working great. Also, she was able to be in groups and speak with confidence. So she used to go in groups and just kind of say yes and no, not speak. And again, you can see Anna's testimonial success story on my YouTube channel because she just is like, moves her arms around and how happy she is and how excited she is that she had all these changes and she speaks with confidence. So it's wonderful to see her. Okay, so let's bring this into perspective. To keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. This morning, I had a big sessions with each person that I was working with. First person was struggling a lot, and she's dealing with not having good health. Now, if you see her, she looks great. She's beautiful, but she's not in good health. So we talked about that, and we came at the point where we're at tears because she's struggling. And she found that through her discussions and being open, that she felt strong and clear. And she found that she just needed to connect deeper with where she was. And she finally just admitted some things to herself. Also, I had some other clients that I was working with, and there were two. And it really came down to that they came in both feeling stressed. They're running a business. They felt very overwhelmed in their day-to-day life. And so we just took one step at a time, breaking things down that weren't working, just like what we're doing today. And we started building how we can make them stronger and where they are right now. And they left feeling powerful, strong, and clear. So to keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. There's Buddha for you. Mirror, mirror, ready to unleash tremendous power of healing that lies dormant within you? I bet you are. Ready to restore balance on all levels of the body, mind, and spirit. This is your blueprint pillar. Then you've come to the right place. And remember that nothing I've shared with you today is theory. I've used every single one of these strategies in my personal energy plan, and my clients are using these strategies too. So today I shared with you my story. Today I shared you Anna's story and her struggles. Just know your why. You know you want to learn to get results like my clients have, but you may not know what you need to do. Today I built your blueprint plan. Now you have a strong base. You're frustrated with all the information out there, but you're still holding out hope for getting these types of results. Now, I laid this out for you today so that you know you can get results. I know it gets overwhelming because we went through the 3 pillars. It's big. And you just want to be told what to do. Today, that's what I did. And how to do it to see real results in your health journey, weight loss, energy, less stress, thinking about the 3 pillars that we discussed. The one thing that to take with you today is that I'm not extra special. I've been in the industry for over 15 years, and I do not have access to exclusive resources and tools, but I did share with you my signature tool, 2 tools that I use based on what my clients have struggled with, based on people asking questions as we're in our live discussions. Also, I just have this signature strategy that I've shared with you that works. And as you see, this has worked for others, which it can for you too. And the obvious question is, how do I get these results now that I've tried in the past to do? So you have a choice. Keep it complicated, keep it confusing. I want you to focus in on these 3 pillars. Now I'm going to give you a extra bonus today that you can opt into, and there's 2 videos that I made for you that's going to help you along the way. It's going to stay focused in on your energy. So let me show you what that is. So let's keep it simple. Today I have this ebook that I wrote, and it's called Your High Energy Unleashed. There's 2 video coaching calls also. It's all recorded. It's prepared for you right now. If you go into rhondaliebig.com, High Energy Unleashed ebook, there is where you opt in. On that video, you're going to see Anna's story. In there before you opt in, you're going to see 4 other stories. Hopefully that gives you that oomph that you want to be part of this community. Be in the energy community. Be where you're feeling like you're working with your 3 pillars. And this ebook was built to give you the layout, and the videos have been built so that you don't have to read the book from beginning to end, but that you have my coaching along with it, and it's going to help you stay focused. So not having a blueprint is costing us because, as I talked about early, adrenaline fatigue is affecting more than 66% of our population. So increase your energy, build your 3 pillars stronger. Go to rhondaliebig.com, High Energy Unleashed ebook. Now, here is where you're going to understand how your stress impacts your metabolism and simple ways to give back to yourself so that you can defuse your daily chaos. This is where your energy plan is here. So you have some coaching. You get to know me some more. You can see me every week, but this is where you get instant access to me right now to get deeper coaching, and it's like a one-on-one. Each time you get an email, I want you to feel like you can hit reply and tell me what you're struggling with. Let me get to know you more. Even on today's call, if you have any more questions, I want to make sure that I give you that space for coaching. When you did step in today, you probably did see that I said you can ask any questions you want. So this is your opportunity to have any coaching. We have 5 more minutes left. So this is your energy plan, and we'll give you steps on how to implement new strategies. And there's not much that you're giving except your time for this. Time is so important. I built these 2 videos to help you so you can be driving down the road and just hit play. You can listen to it on your phone. You can be home and prepping dinner and you can listen to the videos. And then you can go in and you can do some of the exercises when you're ready, but it gets you focused. It gets you the energy that you need. Because the more that you hear how to increase your energy, the more you understand the steps that you need to do for yourself. Today, we learned the 3 pillars, which was, what's your sabotages? I talked about the 3 sabotages out of the full 10. So there's tons of sabotages that we do. Hopefully you were able to connect with one because I gave you my story. And, you know, my story is very hard to tell. I hate saying it out loud. I hate just saying that I wasn't a good friend, that I was jealous. It's a very hard thing to say, and it's almost embarrassing. So I wanted to share that with you because at this point in my stage, I realize that there's no space for embarrassment. It's just always more space for growth. So I want you to think about that. So I want you to do your 2 steps. Add your wellness steps that you learned today. Really listen to your 3 pillars and what they are. Let that knowledge build your base. Then I want you to opt in and grab your ebook plus your 2 videos. So today you'll get your ebook, download it. Second day, your video will come in. I'll just kind of explain all about how to work your ebook. Then the third one is where the coaching comes in, and it's going to be a powerhouse for you. So I want you to step in there. I want you to get results. I want you to learn how you do simple steps to get big changes that happen within your body. That can happen the more that you step in and you opt in. Okay, so I'm leaving you today. I hope that you got this big blueprint plan. Now, if you're hearing it recording because you have that option, hit reply on the email. Let me hear what you have to say. I want to hear how these Tuesday calls are going for you. Now, as you get to know me more and as you get to know how I coach, it's going to make a fantastic difference for you because you're going to get to know the direction I'm going, and you're going to help. It's going to help you build that energy and your purpose. So you have an insightful day. Thanks for being here. It's been wonderful having you here. And even though you've been quiet, you in the group, it doesn't matter. I'm hoping every step is the beginning of building your pillar. And I hope to hear from you week from week because I will give you the coaching you need. All right, I'm going to push you off into your page if you want to opt in, and I will catch up with you next Tuesday.